Alright, so we're going to be doing an oil change on a 2018 Mazda 3. Alright, once you have your car secured, take a look at the car. So, the actual drain plug and oil filter are right here. As you can see, you have a few clips you have to remove, as well as some screws. So let's get to it. Alright, for this part, we're just going to use a flathead screwdriver. Alright, so we got two clips that we need to take out, and we need to take out these two bolts, which is a Phillips head, and I'll let you know how many millimeters in a second. The other, let's see. Alright, I guess these are coming out. Just pull it out. There you go. If you can see here, got the oil filter, and then over here is the drain plug. So first things first, we're gonna remove the drain plug. Alright, 17 millimeter fits on there perfectly. Alright, before you start cracking bolts loose, have an oil pan or oil drain pan underneath your car. A rag you might need. Alright, let's go for it. Ooh. And of course, okay, it fits, so we're good. Okay, once you crack it open, or crack it, just take this off because the filter is going to get in the way. You could also use an extension, but anyway, use a glove when you take this off because inevitably oil will get everywhere no matter what you do. So anyway, there you go. Got about 6,000 miles on this oil. Make sure that the pressure washer comes off with your bolt as well, that it's not stuck on there. And it's recommended that you replace it with every oil change to avoid any leaks. Let it drain as much as you'd like. The more the better, obviously, but I mean, at this point, this little dripping, I'm just going to put the drain plug back in. Alright, we'll tighten this later. First, we're going to take off the oil filter. I got a set of oil filter wrenches from Harbor Freight. That fits right on there. You attach it to a wrench with an extension, makes your life a whole lot easier than wrestling it with your hands. Oh, this one was on pretty tight actually. There it goes. The trick here is to take off the wrench, make sure it doesn't fall into your oil, make a mess. Alright, here we go. And let it drain a little bit. Alright. This is why it helps if the engine is cool, so you don't have to worry about burning yourself. So oil does get everywhere no matter what you do. Alright, before you do anything else, I would recommend just tightening that oil drain plug so you don't forget. Just wipe it clean so you can see if there are any drips after you fill it. Alright, as far as the filter goes, we're going to use the PL14612 Pure Later 1 oil filter. I usually just fill it up a little bit with oil to make sure we don't have a completely dry start. Take some oil, also put it on the seal or on the O-ring. And the oil that goes in here is a fully synthetic 0W20. So that is where the filter will go on. Make sure that the previous O-ring is off. If there's any piece stuck, it's going to leak, and eventually all of your oil is going to leak out, destroy your engine. So keep that in mind. But make sure it's on there nice and snug. Then to take some of the strain off the gasket, just turn it back a little bit. Alright, so the oil capacity of this engine is about 4.4 quarts. So typically what I do is I fill, then I check the dipstick, fill again, and so forth. Each of these jugs is 5 quarts, and I got 2 jugs for about $28, so it's a pretty good deal. So I do still have the car jacked up, so I don't think there's any point in actually checking the level right now, but I want to just make sure that nothing is leaking from the bottom. And it all looks pretty dry. Alright, so let's see here. You can see that it's between the minimal and maximal line. It's exactly where we want it. Next we'll just turn on the car, let it run for a few minutes so the oil distributes well, and then check the dipstick again to make sure that it's not low. And that's it.